It is May 31st, 2026, and on this day back in 1979, gay law students made the phone company less homophobic. If you like queer facts and history dropped every single day, remember to like, subscribe, and share the video so that I can keep doing this as a career when being a trans elementary teacher becomes illegal in the future. Now let's get into the story. In June of 1975, 4 individuals and 2 organizations filed suit against Pacific Telephone and Telegraph, claiming that the company had engaged in illegal discrimination against gay people. They claimed the company deliberately avoided hiring anybody or got rid of people who they had any reason to believe might be gay. Among the plaintiffs were an individual saying they'd been forced out of their job for being gay, another one who said they were never hired because of it, as well as the Gay Law Students Association of California. The gay law students agreed to be part of the representation for the case because they said that many of their members would like to, in the future, work for the phone company, but because of their discriminatory practices, they couldn't, and this was cutting off economic opportunity from them. For their part, Pacific Telephone and Telegraph, PTT, were making 2 claims. One, that they were not engaged in any sort of discrimination, and 2, that discriminating against people for sexual orientation wasn't illegal, so didn't really matter if they were anyways. It would take just about 4 years for this case to come to a conclusion. One of the most compelling arguments that the gay law students brought forth was that this actually constituted sex discrimination, even though sexual orientation discrimination wasn't protected against, because this was discriminating against the sex of an individual's partner, and therefore it should fall under the sex discrimination clause of the law. In their concluding documents, the court said that allowing the company to engage in this discrimination allowed them to engage in any manner of arbitrary discrimination. They could discriminate against people for just reading books they disapproved of. Basically, the court invented their own Fahrenheit 451 argument against PTT in this case. Ultimately, the conclusion of the case ended up being a weak but still important one. PTT needed to stop engaging in this discrimination, but the Fair Employment Practices Commission would do nothing on the plaintiff's behalf. They also ruled that the ways in which PTT was engaging in discrimination were illegal, even though sexual orientation was definitively not protected under the California Constitution at the time. Essentially, they said, because of the Constitution, they could do nothing to amend the harm that had already been done, but the same Constitution made any future harm illegal, whether or not sexual orientation was in fact a protected class in California. My name's Courtney. I'm posting queer history every single day.